Breaking news. Which is what I would have said if we hadn't learned this already. Seriously, guys, how many times has it been? 3? I might have dozed off a lot more in biology class than I'd like to admit, but at least I still remember what a Golgi complex is. I don't remember what it does, but at least I remember what it is. We now go live to Grant Williams, who I might add is looking very festive today. Grant? Thanks, Grant. Yes, this Halloween I decided to be America's greatest gift to the mortal realm, bacon. Because I guess cholesterol can be scary.
Boo!
Alright, fine. It was on clearance at Walmart. What am I going to do? Today, I'm going to show and explain the anatomy and physiology of a cell for the 4th time. Or 5th. Or 6th. I don't even remember anymore. Starting with the most important part of them all, the nucleus, which is composed of the nucleolus, chromatin, and all housed together by the nuclear envelope. Disclaimer, I said envelope, I did not say membrane. That's not what it's called. The nucleus is where all genetic material is stored within a cell in a form of chromatin. Basically what chromosomes look like before mitosis. They're just, instead of being rolled together, they're long strands. Can we just cut that? When it's time for mitosis, however, the chromatin condense themselves into chromosomes and split into 2 pairs. The nucleus also acts like a brain to the rest of the cell, releasing proteins in order to start reactions within itself. Up next, we have the skin of the cell itself, the plasma membrane, which acts as the outer protective layer. The plasma membrane acts like a bouncer at a club or something. Only certain particles can get in and out of the cell, usually depending on size and shape. However, water is as if, like Kanye West or someone else famous came up to the club. He can get in whenever he wants, which sometimes makes the cell. Up next, the generator of the cell, the mitochondrion, which is the major site of energy production. Multiple metabolic processes happen here, including glycolysis, the citric acid or Krebs cycle, and the electron transport chain, all makers of ATP. Yet New York wants to be difficult and will not let me write powerhouse of the cell on any standardized test. Seriously, guys? It's the major site of energy production. It makes sense. The next organelle we have to talk about before I jump ecstatically into my bed is the ribosomes. Ribosomes are really important because they're the major site of protein synthesis. Basically, it's when RNA is transmuted into proteins, which is used for a variety of functions such as repair or directing chemical responses in the form of enzymes. The body has a lot of them. Just let me get my script intact. After that is the factory line of the cell, the smooth and rough ER. Nothing much to say about these organelles except that they act as a transportation route for proteins, and that the rough ER is lined with ribosomes. Like I said, they have a lot of them. Also, I think it's the rough ER is connected to the nucleus for protein reasons. Okay, cut that. The next organelle we have is the centriole, which is probably one of the most important parts of the cell, as without it, cell division or mitosis would not be possible. Or at least very hard. There are 2 of them, and they don't appear to have any other usage that modern science can identify other than mitosis. So I'm not really sure why I even listed this one. The next one, if you can even call it an organelle, is the vacuole. The vacuole is a membrane-bound organelle that is a result of the cell and membrane pinching inward onto, well, organic or inorganic matter to form a sac. The sacs also carry a little bit of water for structural support. The microtubule are linear proteins that help move things around the cell like organelles, chromosomes, and, well, other things. After that, we have the Golgi complex, which is responsible for the synthesis of complex molecules. The organelle then either stores these complex particles in vesicles for later, or sends them across the cell. It's actually pretty standard stuff. I'm not even sure why I forgot any of that. I did stay up to make this, so I'm probably sleep deprived. What are you doing here?
Look at him. He's so cute.
I know he's cute. Get out of here.
Hi, guys.
Get out of.
I'll be in the video.
You're in college.
Doesn't mean anything.
Yes, it does.
Means nothing!
It do.
No.
Yes.
No.
It's also the sole creator of another organelle called the lysosome. Now this one's really important because it carries digestive enzymes much like a person's stomach. It uses these enzymes in order to break down food particles, viruses, bacteria it might have gulped up, or worn out organelles that might still be floating in the cytoplasm. It also to kill off the cell during apoptosis. Lastly, we have the waterway itself, the cytoplasm. It's a type of salty, water-based jelly that contains all the organelles and surrounds the nucleus. It also transports other things like nutrients throughout the cell. Whew. Alright, that's all the organelles that are in the cell. This has been Grant Williams signing... Seriously? Again?
Look, you told me I couldn't be in the video, so I
God.
changed myself up. Now I can actually be in the video.
That's not what I meant.
So what did you mean?
Yeah, I mean you can't be in the video. Because I'm trying...
Forget it.
This is why I don't film with anyone. I'm sorry you all had to see that. Back to you, Grant.
Thanks, Grant. Coming up next.
Get out of here!
No. Okay. All right. I'm done. Oh, I'm sorry.
I went to go get a drink of water. And there are bananas all across the studio. You know what? I'm just going to stop the video right here. Seriously?
Sorry.
It's my lighting!
Sorry.
Go! I don't get paid enough for this. Okay, coming up next, is bacon killing you? No, it's not. No, it's not. But still, you know, more than 11. This is a Grant with GNN, signing off. The noose... The noose.
The news.
Yeah, you're right, the noose.
The news. Okay.